Ladies and gentlemen, from TravelMuse, please welcome the co-founder and CEO, Kevin Fleece, and the Director of Marketing, Fiona Ashley.
Thank you very much, Phil. Well, thank you very much, Phil, and good morning. I probably don't need to reiterate the point that was made earlier at the beginning of this session this morning. That is that travel is the largest and most mature online retail segment, totaling more than $90 billion a year in the US alone. And after 10 years, the one thing everybody knows how to do is book a trip online. And that's great, but booking, it's the last 5% of the process. The 95% that comes before booking, deciding where to go, what to do, and building a plan, is where all the heavy lifting happens. At TravelMuse, we make planning easy by seamlessly integrating content with trip planning tools to provide a complete experience. The site looks like an online magazine, and in fact, we have more than 40 writers who contribute professional content. Each week, we publish a new issue that combines original editorial with stunning photography. And when you peel the cover back on the magazine, you'll find a set of simple, yet powerful tools that support users from finding inspiration through finalizing their itinerary. So let's dig in. When it comes to planning a vacation, the first thing you have to do is figure out where to go and what to do. TravelMuse provides the industry's first inspiration finder, which instantly identifies destinations that meet the collective needs of everyone going on a trip. To begin, I'll put in my home airport, San Jose. And for this trip, I'll be traveling with my wife and 2 kids. We want to go in the winter for a week and stay in 4-star accommodations, but spend no more than $1,000 per person. Okay, now for the really tricky part, pleasing everyone in my family. From the list of activities, I'll select skiing for my wife, outdoor adventures for me, and snowboarding for our boys. And we're willing to travel up to 6 hours from our home airport. Okay, I'm ready to be inspired. So here I see some compelling destinations that actually match my criteria, and the results are ranked based on how they meet my stated preferences and my constraints. Scrolling down, I can quickly compare and contrast these destinations and see relevant content, such as articles and destination guides, along with bookable packages that actually fall within my stated budget. Let's check out Whistler. So Whistler looks pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and add it to my trip list. Okay, you can think of the trip list as your Netflix queue for travel. You can keep a running list of all the trips you're actively planning, as well as those dream trips you hope to take someday. And now that we've selected a destination using the Inspiration Finder, we can begin planning our trip in detail using the TravelMuse Planner. And the TravelMuse Planner is the first solution designed to work the way people instinctively plan trips. You can plan trips with friends and family and reuse the travel research of people you trust. And great travel planning begins with great content. And at TravelMuse, we have more than 100,000 points of interest, 90,000 hotels, and hundreds of city guides spanning the globe. This is the Whistler destination page, which has detailed guide information, along with popular trips created by TravelMuse editorial and users that can be instantly copied and personalized. And we haven't decided where we're staying yet, so let's go pick a hotel. The Fairmont looks incredible. Let's check it out. And let's go ahead and save the Fairmont to that trip list. Every page on TravelMuse can be saved to trips. And in addition, we know that people visit a ton of sites when they plan a trip. So you can save any page you find on the web and combine it with the research you find on TravelMuse. Let's say you've Googled dining in Whistler, and you want to save this restaurant guide page to your trip. All you have to do is hit the Add to TravelMuse bookmarker in your browser, and that page is also added to your trip. There's a second way to save research items from the external web to trips on TravelMuse. TravelMuse now provides a widget for travel content sites and bloggers, which enables visitors to those sites to save pages to trips. We call it Planet, and you can think of it as the first vertical social bookmarking tool. It's almost like a delicious for travel. Let's check out 2 partner sites featuring the Planet widget. First, Compulsive Traveler. This is a video site, and let's say I've watched this skiing video. When I'm done watching it, instead of writing down the URL on a Post-it note, all I have to do is hit the Planet button, and this video will be saved to my trip. And all of my co-travelers now get instant access to this content as well. Let's look at one more partner site featuring the Planet widget, Uptake. On Uptake, I can read multiple reviews of this hotel, and when I'm done, I can save this hotel review to my trip. So as you can see, TravelMuse makes it easy to organize research regardless of where it's found on the web. Okay, now we're inside the trip, and on the right-hand side are the research items we just added. Creating a schedule is as easy as dragging and dropping items into the appropriate days. Or items can be moved from day to day, or if we have to, we can even move an entire day. Let's say we can only get a skiing reservation on Wednesday. We could swap the entire day by simply dragging and dropping, and everyone is immediately notified of the change. With Fiona and her family joining us on the trip to Whistler, we'll use the TravelMuse Planner as our shared workspace, enabling each of us to add items and modify the schedule just as easily as I did. And now we can abandon the manila folder and stop emailing links back and forth. Also with TravelMuse, I can connect with friends, I can see their trips, and I can reuse my friends' research. So my buddy Jay, he took an amazing trip to Whistler last year, and he spent months planning it. And now we can save a ton of time by just reusing the research he's already done. He was telling us about a restaurant that we have to eat at called Araxi. And here it is. Let's go ahead and save that restaurant to our trip. It's as simple as that. And finally, today TravelMuse released some new crowdsourcing functionality, which enables us to provide insight into the hottest travel topics and destinations on the web. Let's take a look. On the right-hand side of this destination page, you see 2 top lists. First, the most popular research items found on TravelMuse, and second, the most popular research items from around the web. As you saw a few moments ago, people can add research through a variety of means, either through the Planet button or through the bookmarker. Every time someone adds an item to a trip, that action is recorded. And so these new top lists actually reflect the wisdom of crowds. They're dynamically updated based on real-time trip planning behavior. So partners who've installed the Planet widget can expect to see more page views through these top lists, as well as through the viral sharing that occurs inside the planner. So in closing, I'd like to leave you with two messages. First, to potential partners, check out the Planet widget. It's a free and simple way to turn casual visitors to your site into active planners and to drive more page views to your content. And secondly, to consumers, if you're struggling to organize your next trip or want to build your personal list of dream vacations, you can get organized and inspired at TravelMuse today. If you'd like to learn more about us, we'll be across the hall. We have a networking table tomorrow. And please stop by. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, TravelMuse.